Hi, rockers. How are you doing? Here we're again with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. And this is chapter 2 In Search of Mr. Hyde. Yes, this analysis has to do with a simplified version, yes, by Oxford University Press. So let's see what we got. We will talk about characters, setting in place, setting in time, some ideas about the chapter, retelling in present and in past tenses, vocabulary with phrasal verbs, idiomatic expressions, yes. Then we have examples of conditionals and some debatable questions, all right? Everything that can help you retell the story, okay? Good. So these are the characters. The ones that appear in this chapter. Remember that we go chapter by chapter. Okay. Here we have Mr. Utterson, Dr. Henry Jekyll, Mr. Edward Hyde, Dr. Lanyon. But we've got Utterson is the central figure in this chapter, a rational, loyal, deeply concerned about his friend Dr. Jekyll. So he is Dr. Jekyll's friend and lawyer. Dr. Henry Jekyll, mentioned but not directly present, yes, his mysterious connection to Mr. Hyde troubles Utterson. Mr. Edward Hyde, the sinister figure Utterson seeks out, described as repulsive and secretive. And Dr. Lanyon, Utterson's old friend, who disagrees with Jekyll's scientific ideas. Now, as regards setting in place and setting in time, we can talk about Victorian London, foggy streets, dark alleys, and respectable neighborhoods contrast with Hyde's sinister dwelling. And regarding that time, we said before Victorian times, but this is late 19th century, a period of moral rigidity, scientific curiosity, and social reputation. Now, let's practice the retelling in present tense. Tenses, we can say, because perhaps we have present simple, present continuous, present perfect. Yes, when we finish, we can check that. Mr. Utterson reads, present simple. Mr. Utterson reads Jekyll's will and testament, remember? And is disturbed to see Hyde named as the beneficiary. He visits Dr. Lanyon, who expresses concern about Jekyll's strange experiments. Utterson then walks the streets at night, hoping to encounter Hyde. Eventually, he meets Hyde and is horrified by his appearance and demeanor. Demeanor is the person's outward behavior, manner, or conduct. Now, retelling in past tenses, Mr. Utterson read, because it's a simple past. Mr. Utterson read Jekyll's will and was disturbed by Hyde's inclusion. He then visited Dr. Lanyon, who voiced his disapproval of Jekyll's scientific interests. Later, Utterson wandered the streets, walked, until he finally met Hyde, whose presence deeply unsettled him. Now, we've got some ideas and themes, all right? Duality of human nature. Utterson begins to suspect that Hyde represents a darker side of Jekyll. Mystery and suspense. The chapter builds tension as Utterson investigates Hyde. Reputation versus reality. Utterson fears for Jekyll's reputation and wonders why he is connected to such a man as Mr. Hyde. Now, as regards vocabulary, we've got detestable, yeah, extremely unpleasant or hateful. Well, legal document for inheritance. Disquietude, uneasiness or anxiety. Anxiety, I love that word. Sinister, suggesting evil or harm. Reputable, well respected or trusted. Demeanor, a person's outward behavior, manner or conduct. Comportamiento, actitud, porta. Now, as regards idiomatic expressions, we can mention, for example, face like a mask of evil. It describes Hyde's disturbing appearance. Skeletons in the closet. I love this one. Hidden secrets. Jekyll's connection to Hyde. And Burning the Midnight Oil. Utterson's late night investigations. Now, as regards grammar, we can talk about conditionals. For example, the first conditional. Remember the difference. First, conditional type 1, real situation. Conditional type 2 or second conditional, imaginary situation, improbable. Yes, it's something that it's hypothetical, perhaps. Third conditional, impossible because we cannot change the past. So let's go to conditional 1 or the first one. If Utterson finds Hyde, he will confront him. Check the S in present simple. Yes, he, she, it. The verb is ends in S, in affirmative. Second conditional, imaginary situation. If Jekyll weren't hiding something, he wouldn't include hiding his well. Pay attention to this. Remember that you can say it is potential. We can say, for example, if I were you, if I were the president, I would reduce, yes, taxes, for example. If Jekyll weren't, if he weren't, you can use weren't instead of wasn't, okay? He wouldn't with infinitive. This is the second clause, the main clause. The first part here is the if clause. And the third conditional, if Utterson had ignored the well, he wouldn't have met Hyde. No se hubiera topado, for example, con Hyde, ¿no? No sabría, perdón. Si no hubiera ignorado, no habría conocido a Hyde. And here we've got some situations with a student of ours, because when he was retelling the story in past, yeah, he mixed them up. Yes, he mixed part of conditional 1 and part of conditional 2. So we wrote these ideas. Remember, conditional type 1, real situation. If he, Jekyll, yes, if Jekyll disappears for 3 months or more, all his belongings will go to Mr. Hyde. And in his own words, if I disappear for 3 months or more, all my belongings will go to Mr. Hyde. This is to check the difference between he disappears, I disappear. Remember, he, she, it with S. Don't forget. Now, conditional type 2. If Dr. Jekyll disappeared, yes, simple past, for 3 months or more, all his belongings would go to Mr. Hyde. And the other one was will go. Now, would go. Hmm? Debatable questions, some debatable questions. Remember, we always have more. These are some ideas, yes, that you can check in order to answer in, for example, in our book club or in the classes when students choose this story. Should Utterson have respected Jekyll's privacy instead of investigating? Is Hyde truly evil or just misunderstood? I love that one. Can science ethically explore the darker sides of human nature? Is reputation more important than truth in Victorian society? Oh, this is wonderful. So, you can leave answers in your comments, all right, if you want. Okay, so this is just part of the analysis as regards chapter 2. Yes, keep on rocking it. Use this vocabulary. Remember, practice makes perfect. You need to speak. This is the best way to remember, to read, to practice with, for example, for shadowing. Now, for shadowing, it's different. Shadowing. Well, on a class on Friday, some students, when we were rereading the chapters, realized, then we will talk about foreshadowing. We have different techniques in literature. And in literature or in the cinema, when we also talk about series or movies, all right? So Foreshadowing means when you anticipate something, okay, that's gonna happen. So keep on rocking it. Bye bye.